Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Yesterday was an important milestone in my life. It was my 30th birthday, and normally each year on my birthday, I take some time to sit down and reflect on the past year and the year ahead and all that I want to accomplish. But because this is a milestone birthday, I thought I'd reflect on the past decade and my entire 20s instead. So what I've done is I've come up with a list of 30 of the most important lessons that I've learned over the course of my 20s to share with all of you. If you're in your 20s or 30s right now, I think you'll find this list particularly relevant. So here's my list of 30 lessons by 30. Number one on the list is find your tribe. This is one of the most important things that you can do in life, is to find people with the same values, the same beliefs, and the same mindset who will help you go far in life. So you want to find friends, a wife with whom you share the same outlook on life, because you'll build deeper connections, more genuine relationships, and you'll just have an easier time moving throughout life. Life is chaotic enough. You don't want to have your personal life be chaotic because you have core disagreements with the people that are close to you. Number two is take the photo. Capture as many memories as you possibly can throughout your entire life. I've been lucky enough that I've always been someone who takes a lot of photos and videos, and I've always had my Instagram story and my Snapchat story set to automatically save to my phone. So I have tons of photos going back over the last decade, all the way back to high school. And it's nice to have those. I never regret taking photos. And it's nice because as memories fade, these photos will serve as reminders of those times. Number three, make your health your number one priority. I wish this was something I realized sooner, because once you have injuries, it takes forever for them to heal. And I have multiple injuries just from lifting mistakes at the gym or just silly things. And they take a split second to happen, but they take years to heal. So make health your priority, especially if you're young. Like, you should be in amazing shape by the time you're done university. Work out, do sports, and for God's sake, stretch and do mobility exercises at least 3 times a week, and start that early. The sooner you start, the better, because when you're young, you can heal faster and you can recover faster. Number 4, pursue your genuine interests in life. Don't build a life that other people tell you to live. And I know that this is difficult to do. This is something I was guilty of doing right out of school. I worked hard in school, had multiple internships, which I did actually like. And then I landed the top job out of school, which was to work at one of the big 4 consulting firms. And I thought it was gonna be great. It was awful. I was overworked, I was underpaid, I had no time to date, have hobbies, or live life. Now that I'm no longer in consulting, I actually have the brain energy to say, like, what do I want to do in life? And because I have that brain energy, I started a YouTube channel. In the last 8 months, I've been doing this journey on YouTube, and it's been far more rewarding than the previous 5 years in consulting. Number 5, don't stress over a job that would replace you in a week if you died. I'm only 30, and I've already seen a lot of people work their lives away and stress about a corporate job only to be stiffed on salary, benefits, promotions, whatever they were promised. So instead, enjoy your life, find a job where you can wake up happy each day, and enjoy the journey. Number 6, it's on you to fix the mistakes your parents made. You have a responsibility to understand what their mistakes were. Maybe they were divorced, maybe they weren't around, maybe they were bad parents, whatever it was, small and big. Now it's on you to fix. Every generation has a duty and a responsibility to improve on the last, to pass down a better world to the next generation. Number 7, avoid negative people at all costs. Run away. Run away from these people. I wish I knew this sooner, because it's so important to have positive people in your life. There have been times where I've let negative people in and let them come too close, and man, do they ever drag you down. You need positive people in your life, people that can make the best out of every situation and see the best in others. Number 8, know what you want and know what you won't tolerate. And I'm specifically referring to relationships with women here, right? This is especially true for young men as well. We are always taught how to treat a woman, but we're never taught how to be treated by a woman. I think every man has been in a bad relationship at least once in his life. I think it's a canon event for all of us. But it's so important for you as a young man to know what you're looking for and what you need to avoid. So make a list of the 5 most important traits that you're looking for in a woman, and avoid crazy at all costs. Okay, and staying on the relationship note, number 9, always be looking for your wife. You never know where you'll meet her. And the idea that you're just going to wake up someday when you're 38 and finally ready to be married and she'll just drop into your lap is silly. So dating becomes significantly more difficult as you age, especially once you're done school. So keep an eye out, talk to the random girl, because you never know who your future wife may be. Maybe it's the woman you meet at line in a coffee shop. Maybe it's the woman at the gym. You never know. All the women that I've dated, I've met spontaneously, so you just never know. Number 10, remember what grounds you, or have something in life that grounds you. Life in this world is chaotic, especially right now in 2025 during this time of rapid uncertainty and change. And so it's important now more than ever before to have things that ground you. It can be people, it can be your faith, it can be your family, or it can be anything else. Just ensure that these things will remain stable, reliable, and constant throughout your entire life. As you grow older, you understand the value in having friends that you've known forever and that knew you when you were young. And they've seen different versions of you. They've seen you grow, but they also remember who you were when you were a child. Okay, number 11, drink less alcohol and drink better alcohol. As you grow older, you learn to have an appreciation for a nice drink as opposed to simply just buying the cheapest option at the bar. And I'm at a stage in my life where I actually prefer like a well-made old fashioned or just a nice glass of wine with dinner instead of going to a crowded bar and taking cheap vodka shots like in the university days. Doesn't mean I don't do it ever, but it just doesn't happen nearly as often. Number 12, take action. Act even when the time isn't right. This is the one thing that has helped me immensely. I used to be someone that would wait for the right time. I used to be a perfectionist, but that time never comes. So learning to take action and then pivot as needed is the best option. I never would have started this YouTube channel if I waited for perfection. If you have a creative passion or a business idea or whatever, just try it out. And the worst thing that can happen is you fail and it just turns into a learning experience. Number 13, your 20s are for trying things, but by your 30s, you should have it figured out. So I know for a lot of young people right now, it's pretty tough. We just had a pandemic, we're going through a current recession right now, and there's just so much uncertainty in the world today. So I get it. But if there's one thing that you can do while you're young, it's to try as much as possible and to meet as many people as possible. I did extracurriculars in high school, university, and then at work, and I met so many people through those, and it really put my name out there and helped me get ahead. Your 20s are really the time to figure out what you like and what you don't like, because by the time you reach 30 years old, you need to have a solid understanding of what you want to do in life and then be fighting and pushing towards that. Doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out by 30, but you should have a solid understanding of what you want. Number 14, travel more. You will never regret taking the trip, I promise you. I've done so much traveling over the years, all the way back to when I was in university and before, and it's the most rewarding experiences I've ever had in my life. I have friends quite literally all over the world because of the trips that I've taken. When I was in school, I did an exchange to Vienna in Austria, and I loved it, and I'm still friends with those people to this day. Also, do solo traveling if you can. I've done multiple countries by myself. I've done France, the UK, Italy, and then I just did Portugal a couple years ago, and I stayed in hostels the entire time. It really challenges you to move outside of your comfort zone. Number 15, invest in yourself. Saving money is important, yes, but you also have to spend money to make money. So spend your money wisely, and one of the best investments that you can make is to spend money on things that make your life easier and help you level up. So for example, a gym membership will make you stronger. Nice clothes will make you stand out. Having your meals delivered or your apartment cleaned will buy back that time, so then you can dedicate that time to building a business, to doing side hustles, to doing whatever else. I was always someone that saved my money, so this was something I had to learn, but you need to learn how to do this and balance it in accordance with your goals. Number 16, make time for reflection and visualization. So set aside regular time in your calendar and use that for periods of reflection. Maybe buy a journal and write down your thoughts. You could also use the Notes app in your phone. Reflect often on where you want to go in life. When you're 80 years old and you're on your deathbed, what do you want to be able to say looking back over your life? For me, the number one thing is to have a happy and healthy family with lots of children. So whatever it is that you want, turn those goals into a plan, and you can even have a mood board to help inspire you and keep you motivated through the good and the bad days. Number 17, dress better than everyone else in the room. No surprises that I'm saying this on this channel. How you show up and present yourself, it matters. Doesn't mean you need to be wearing the most expensive clothes. You can go to H&M or Zara and find nice things there, but showing up well-dressed with clothing that fits well, being well-groomed is just the easiest way to stand out, whether it's at work or on a date or even on a night out. If you can learn how to wear a proper fitting suit or tie a tie or polish shoes, those small details, they matter and people notice. Number 18, find a mentor or a coach. This one is so important. Find someone that's older than you and more ahead than you in life because their knowledge will be invaluable. I'm currently looking for a mentor in the YouTube space, but I've been thankful that I've actually had some friends that have experience in YouTube that I've been able to connect with. And I'm also lucky that in Toronto, in my friend group, I'm the baby of the friend group. So I have a lot of older men that are farther ahead in their careers to chat with. Number 19, be spontaneous. This is one of my favorites because some of the best experiences in my life have been last minute spur of the moment ideas. I do this too much, where a friend will message me saying something like, we're going on the boat in an hour, be ready. And I will literally drop everything and go because life is just so short. I actually just went to the Morgan Wallen concert this past Friday in Toronto. And was it expensive? Yes. Was it worth it? Absolutely. I went to another concert a few months ago and bought the ticket about an hour before the concert began with a friend that I hadn't seen in 3 years. I was just going through all my contact list and he was the one that responded and we ended up having a blast. So be spontaneous, say yes. Number 20, always follow your gut. The only person that's accountable for you is you. No one is going to bail you out, so seek other people's advice, yes, but follow your gut and make your own decisions. When it's right, it's right. But even when you're wrong, you still did what you thought was best. So make your own decisions because you're the only one that's accountable for them. Number 21, find happiness in the simple pleasures in life. My favorite part of my day is when I have my cup of coffee in the morning, and I love going on a good walk by the water. These are simple things that don't cost me anything or they cost me very little and yet they bring me joy. So pin your happiness to things that you have access to. Number 22, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. This is something I'm going through right now. I lived in the corporate life, I did that for 5 years. Now I'm exploring YouTube and hopefully it goes well that I can do this full time. But beginning YouTube, especially creating gents content or classy content, whatever you want to call it, it was such a big change in my life because I didn't have an avenue prior to this to express that before. So I had to create something net new. And it was extremely uncomfortable at first, but the pain of staying and not doing anything was far worse than the pain of getting started and building something new. So if you want to reinvent yourself, just do it. Number 23, this is an important one. Spend time with your parents before it's too late. Once I moved out on my own for university, I began to realize the importance of spending time with my mother because I wasn't at home all the time. And when you grow older, you realize parents age, that's scary. But that's why I value so much the calls and texts from my mother, whereas many years ago, it used to drive me nuts. Now my mother and I do things together when I go and visit home. So I would definitely say to all of you, spend as much time as possible with them while you still can, because having them around is a blessing that not many people get to say they have. Number 24, laugh more. My sense of humor is the reason why I've weathered the good times and bad times in life. Humor has created new friendships for me and it's deepened existing ones. Know when to take life seriously, yes, but also just learn to laugh at things and learn to let things go instead of becoming all worked up. There's no point to being angry and life is better with a smile on your face. Number 25, you become the content that you consume. Just like you're the sum of your 5 closest friends, you're the sum of the content that you consume regularly. So do you listen to rap music and watch reality TV? Or do you listen to podcasts and read books? That produces 2 different people. And again, life is a balance, but this content will impact how you think and how you see the world. So do what it takes to protect your mind. I love podcasts and I spend the majority of time watching educational content on YouTube. That's just what I like. Number 26, respect is everything. Stand up and remove any gloves when you shake a man's hand. Remove your sunglasses when you're talking to him. These little things show dignity and respect, and in today's world, they're a way to signal that you're a man and not a boy. For anyone that's watched Kingsman, you know, manners maketh man. People notice these things. Number 27, wifey material overlooks any day. Find a woman that will be a good wife and the mother of your children, not simply an attractive girl. You need to find someone that you can build a life and build a family with, because this is the most important decision you will make in your life, and you will save yourself some headaches in the process. The next two are inspired by Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. If any of you have seen the last episode where he says,
"Believe in yourselves. Dream. Try. Do good."
So the first one, number 28, believe in yourself. You are your biggest cheerleader. You know what you're capable of. You know yourself better than anyone else. No matter what your dreams are or how crazy they are, you need to believe that you'll accomplish them. I'll use my YouTube as an example. I had to be pretty headstrong on starting this YouTube channel when I know absolutely no one doing YouTube, especially not in the gents or classy lifestyle space. And I felt so crazy just starting this and thinking, well, who's gonna listen to me talk on YouTube? But I just knew I had to try. But for me, once I started, it just felt right, and I knew it was the right thing for me to do. Number 29, do good. Help your friends, help your family, help society. Give back to your community. Humans are meant to live in a tribe where we all help and support each other. So support people, like this video. Help lift people up, because the more you give back, the more you're going to get out of life. And helping others is the most rewarding thing, right? I get so much joy just from helping people and putting a smile on their faces. So it's the best. Help as many people as you can. When you inevitably die too, you will be remembered for the things you did for others, not for yourself. And the last one, number 30, the 30th lesson that I've learned by 30, and the most important one, is that time flies. So spend your time wisely. Leave the job you don't like. Talk to the girl. Start the business. Leave the bad relationship. I still remember on the first day of class in the 9th grade, my geography teacher said that these 4 years of high school will go by like that. And he was right. And now here we are 16 years later at 30 years old. Life goes by fast. Don't waste it. Remember that famous Jack London quote from the latest James Bond movie?
The function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days trying to prolong them. I shall use my time.
Today is the 9th of September, 2025. What will you accomplish today? And gents, that's the video. 30 lessons by 30. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again next year.